Welcome to the Rudick Report. Today is January 27th, 2023. Well, they're at it again. While everyone is focused on the Ukrainian war or football or something else to distract you from the realities of life, these criminals are at it again, only this time they're going after your investments. 25 states are suing the Biden administration over the Department of Labor rule that affects millions of retirement accounts. The new rule, set to take effect on January 30th, allows 401k managers to invest a customer's money in environmental, social, and governance or ESG funds, a move that 25 states argue violates the Employee Retirement Income Security Act. So now, your 401k manager decides to follow this progressive left-wing BS climate agenda and without your consent move some of your money that are invested in funds to invest only in those companies that adhere to ESG standards. If you think this doesn't affect you, then think again, as this rule will affect 152 million workers in the United States. The rule authorizes fund managers to consider and promote non-pecuniary benefits, which is a fancy word for benefits that are not related to money or financial gain when making investment decisions. So tell me, how does this even make sense? And tell me how they benefit the person investing their money. The 25 states argue in the lawsuit that the Supreme Court concluded that the Employee Retirement Income Security Act requires fund managers to put the financial benefits of investments first and not any non-pecuniary benefits. The lawsuit also contends that the High Court directly tied the term benefits to income and doesn't cover benefits not related to money or financial gain. So the current rule specifically states that it does not cover benefits not related to money or financial gain as clear as day. So let's be real here. ESG investment policies are not designed to maximize financial return for customers. They are designed to enforce a leftist, social, and economic agenda that they can't get done at the ballot box. ESG funds invest in companies that oppose fossil fuels, they support unionization, and stress gender and racial diversity over merit, even if it results in lower returns for the customer. The Employee Retirement Income Security Act is in place to safeguard American workers' retirement savings and safeguard that fund managers make investments with the highest potential return for their clients, not to push non-financial agendas. The 25 states in the lawsuit are Alabama, Alaska, Arkansas, Florida, Georgia, Idaho, Indiana, Iowa, Kansas, Kentucky, Louisiana, Mississippi, Missouri, Montana, Nebraska, New Hampshire, North Dakota, Ohio, South Carolina, Tennessee, Texas, Utah, Virginia, West Virginia, and Wyoming. Since ESG attacks the fossil fuel industry, this new rule will harm the economic well-being of the respective residents and will result in reduced investment in the fossil fuel industry, which will decrease revenue, decrease employment, and overall economic activity because several of the states, such as Louisiana, Texas, Utah, Wyoming, have significant oil and gas deposits. They are rapidly but quietly pushing this climate agenda behind the scenes, and most people are completely oblivious to what is happening. This nonsense has to stop, and people need to start voicing their opposition to these policies and rules before they are completely under the thumb of these so-called governing bodies. Once these rules are put in place, there's no going back. You need to speak up now. The fact that Joe Biden and his minions are now choosing to risk the financial security of working-class Americans to push a woke agenda is offensive, abusive, and more importantly, illegal. For decades, federal law has required that these investment companies put their clients' interests first and not push damaging rules and secrecy that coerces Americans to invest in companies that in turn push a socialist agenda. The new rule tells fund managers to consider multiple factors when analyzing the risk and return of investments, such as the potential risks and opportunities related to climate change, the makeup of a company's leadership, and the company's efforts towards diversity and inclusion within their workforce. Why is this even being discussed? It weakens a fund manager's obligations to maximize profits for the customer, and instead of focusing on an investment risk and return, a fund manager would now consider the economic efforts of climate change and other ESG factors in their analysis of a particular investment. This could reduce the potential investment profits for an individual. Also, it would force an investment in a company that does not align with the person's core beliefs. It's time to act. It's time to contact your fund manager and submit the questions I listed in my previous ESG will force compliance part 2 video. It's time you held them accountable and make them provide you with answers in writing. They have no right to dictate to you how your money should be invested. It's time to get control over your own finances and not leave them in the hands of socialists who push agendas and issues that do not align with your principles. If you found value in this report, please give me a thumbs up, and if you're able, please visit my affiliate links to help support this channel. Thank you for listening, and until next time, this is the Rudick Report.